Nice to see you again, Jonathan, and thank you for inviting me to your program. Basketball right now at the grassroots is pretty blooming. Yes, we're heading in the right direction.
Going well, lots of interest.
Lots of interest. Basketball on Saturdays has become a showcase. Children, coaches, parents are excited to go down to this Testing Sports Hall, and we put on a night show for both the parents and the children. Yes.
Good stuff. Why is basketball such a good sport? I know that you're super passionate. It's your life, isn't it?
Yes, I'm very passionate about basketball. I enjoy especially teaching children. I tend to like, my philosophy is I want the children to fall in love with basketball. That is, grassroots is the most important. I'm a freaky about teaching fundamentals, but as you well know, Jonathan, I've coached you in the past.
You've been doing this for decades.
Yes, since I was 14 years old. Yeah. Since I was 14, I started coaching.
I remember as a child loving basketball, and yes, you encouraging me to love basketball, yes, and I got a lot of fun out of it.
That's a very nice compliment that you're giving me, Jonathan. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
But mini basketball, it's about our slogan for our youth development program is basketball is fun. So that's what we are trying to do. We're moving away about winning. We are moving away. We are setting the tone for our future generation, for our youth development program. Mini basketball is the base of our pyramid, like our president, John Gonsalves, is saying. He's proud that he says that the most important part of our program is the mini basket. So we took it to heart, and it's working quite well.
Good stuff. So youth development generally working well for the Gibraltar Amateur Basketball Association?
Yes, very well, because we have an ex-player called Kaira Sene, and she came out with a brilliant idea last year about baby hoops. Teaching basketball in nursery is very, very hard. They just left the diaper, and it's very, very difficult to teach them any sport. Mm-hmm. But she brought the concept about baby hoops, which is parent and child. So they share a ball, a basket, and they play fun games. We put set up a circuit, and the parents come down and they spend an hour doing basketball.
Lovely.
Which is
and
great.
Bonding with a child, having fun.
So also it sets the tone, because parents, they want to continue being involved with basketball, and as their children go up the different age groups, we are recruiting parents also to help us with our mini basketball program. So it all starts with her and the parents being on the court, and then it's a little bit more structured. We start playing competitions from years 2 and 3, which is under 8, and I'm doing also the years 4 and 5, which is the under 10.
Good stuff. And there's lots of children, and all of the parents, as a parent now, all of the parents are always very complimentary about the approach taken by the Gibraltar Amateur Basketball Association at youth level.
Yep.
And about developing, as you say, the love for the sport, not necessarily to win the match, but to enjoy it, which I think is sometimes overlooked in sport generally.
Yes, it is.
There's a bit too much emphasis on winning.
The thing is, we are not elitist. We have to cater for all needs. I, as a coordinator, I've learned that I am going to be successful in the decisions that I'm making if I look the sport through the eyes of the children. Mm. And for me, it's a huge success that we've had. We started the league three weeks ago, and now we are in the 4th week. But for 3 weeks consecutive, I haven't had a single child crying.
Good stuff.
They're all happy. Now this week we are giving this is something we've never done before. We started, and I think it's going to be set the tone. We're going to do a couple of number of awards, 4 awards during the season. It's got nothing to do about scoring baskets or being the best player. The first one that we're doing is Best Bench Player Award. It's about the kids falling in love with the sport, cheering when her team is scored, respecting the opponent, about that body language, that they have fun. So this is the first award that we're going to give on Saturday.
Good
I
stuff.
want to mention, and I cannot stress it enough, that this year the parents have been super importantissimo for our program, because thanks to them, basketball is successful. Because of them, they stepped in. A lot of the parents have basketball in the past, and they're giving back to the sport, and they're doing a phenomenal job.
Good
We are
stuff.
trying, Jonathan. Sorry, we're trying to bring the stand and the court together as a family.
Qué bonito.
Sí, muy bonito. Mini basketball in Gibraltar is becoming a family.
That's beautiful, Jason. I've got a lot of time for you. I could talk to you all afternoon, but we've got to hand over to Ben Lynch in a minute. So I wanted to check with you before we let you go, Jason. Are there enough young girls playing basketball?
Well, in the past, we've had a problem that not enough girls play basketball. So, for example, this year we've had to have them mixed. But now we are moving forward that we have 5 girls per team. And thanks to how well the rules, on the 8th of March, it's Women's Day, I think we're going to be able to have for the day like eight teams in each category. So
that's great.
That's great news for women's basketball.
We should make sure we cover that with you.
Yes.
GBC,
On the 8th of March, it's Women's Day.
Venga. And lastly, you wanted to mention briefly hoops for schools?
Yes, it's something that's coming through, all over Europe. We know the fact that the children are more linked into their mobiles, in their computers, and this is a project where you have classes from schools doing basketball and uploading their drills and their competitions on the class, and they go to this platform, and they get experience points. And they're competing not only against classes from their school, but classes all over Gibraltar. And if they get certain points, they get basketballs, they get T-shirts, they get extra goodies.
Bit of incentive, no?
Yes, yeah. I think it's going to be very successful in school.
Well, if you pour your energy into it, which you always do, Jason, I think that is almost certain to happen.
Thank you, Jonathan.
A real pleasure to have you, and we'll have to bring you in again soon because you're so busy. There's lots to cover with you. Schools and Youth Development Officer and Mini Basketball Coordinator Jason McMahon, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, John.